Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Let's get that energy going. Let's have a good day today. Let's have a good stream today. Let's have some fun. And let's talk to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. My name is Pebble. That's my streamer. That's my gamer name. My real name is Thomas Palvino. How you doing? Yep, no secrets here. Put it all out there for the most part. Things have been extremely good for me. I am doing exactly what I want to be doing, which is I work on the weekends and I stream on the weekdays. And today we stream for our first stream of the night. It's a little late for a lot of streamers. Don't stream like I do. I try to stream as early as I can, but it usually turns out to be a late evening type of stream. That works for me because I'm more of an evening kind of guy. I'm sort of a home guy. I spend a lot of time at home. It's just the way I always kind of felt. I'm not really a guy who wants to be out. I spent a lot of my life doing that. Getting up every day and getting out there. My parents used to say, just get out, do something, you know. And as you get older, I just want to spend most of my time indoors. That's why streaming is perfect for me. And the fact that I love video games means I'm streaming video games. That's a good angle for me too. So there you go. I don't know, in case anybody needed to hear that. Today's stream is a game called Ball X Pit. It's a fantastic game. You're gonna love this one if you haven't seen it already. If you have seen it, this is good. You're gonna love it also because we're opening and unlocking. So we finally have unlocked all the characters in the game. In the game Ball X Pit. Obviously, there's still some things to unlock. I'm learning now that that's the goal, is trying to unlock everything, but also I've unlocked all the characters. That was my main concern. Like, I don't think because I kept seeing that there was like a couple locked characters and I couldn't figure out how to unlock it. It turns out that there's several unlocks as you go to do a level in this game. It actually shows you like there's how many things there are to unlock, and if the level doesn't have anything else to unlock and you've already beat it, like I think most levels you only have to beat twice, and then the later levels you have to beat like 3 or 4 times. The last level, which is what we're on now, and that brings us to where we are right here, right now. We're about to play. We are on the final level. We have beat the game with about 6 players so far. So I think we need to beat it with another 4 players. And we also have about 4 or 5 things to unlock still. So that's where we are with the game. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. Let's play. Thanks for joining us. My name is Van Pebble! Hey, 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 hey! Man Pebble here, Man Pebble here, Man Pebble here. Come on, hell, go. Don't you like when people tell you to go? Do it, go, do it now. Let's go. Hurry with Yes. Love it. Love the music. Love the music. Good musical choice. Well, you know, I find this music helps kind of pick up the energy a little bit. It's nice. I like having an intro. And we'll just let the intro play a little bit longer and then we'll jump right into the game here. I'm in no hurry, guys. I'm just trying to do this clean. That seems good enough. All right. So let's start off by saying we are not sponsored by Rockstar. That's number one. I need an energy drink right now. I need to kind of pick it up a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I just woke up out of bed. I didn't like literally just get up and then come right on the computer and go, hi guys. I didn't, but it's pretty close to that. So I'm going to drink a little energy drink, try to perk things up on this side of things. And I'll be honest with you, if I felt like, I try to be as professional as I can, right? And if I felt like I could do something with my voice or have some kind of an ultimate like voice exercise or something that would prepare me for these streams, I would do it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to come here, make sure that I'm, not too rattled, make sure that I'm, awake, and then hopefully the voice is there for the party. I haven't run into too many problems actually with my, what's he talking about? With my voice is what I'm talking about. Because there is a thing, and I'm telling you now, like there's a thing that happens when I do a new stream. There's always that feeling of like, all right, we've done this a million times. Like, how are we going to do this one? I don't put much thought into it because I find that the streams work best and naturally, spontaneously. So, why do I share that with you? I don't know. There's really no reason to share that with you. Okay. That's our style, probably. That's probably why we share that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the camera we will be using today. I believe, let me think about this for a minute. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing something like this. Might as well prepare it. Let's finally jump right into it. Here we are. This is our lovely little thing. Welcome to our lovely little thing here. This guy needs to be upgraded. That needs to be upgraded. This guy just needs one more hit. All right, let's do it and then we'll play the game here. I'm hoping this building gets hit somehow. It's not looking like it though. I just need one more, just one more, please. There it is. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. So sorry for coughing like that. How do we do? All right. Construct the relic collector. New passives all start at level 2, so we could take the relic collector now. And we don't need this here. We could just put them there. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can tell, but we are at the final stages of this game. I mean, we've unlocked the entire grounds here. We bought every building, I believe we have. Our only thing now, really, for us would be probably to buy, obviously, more resources and just kind of like resource heavy the thing. I suppose we could try to get more stuff like this. We could, I guess technically we could buy more of those. It seems like we still have a little bit more stuff to unlock. Because, yeah, so I will show you that when we get there as well. So here we go. We're finally at that stage where we're going to play the game. So, as you take a look at this here, you'll see that you should still be able to, even though my face cam is in a weird place, you should still be able to see basically, and you can see it. And this tells you what levels with the green check mark. This shows you the levels that have been defeated by these characters. Now, I am at a stage where I need to defeat old levels for other unlocks. But we're not going to worry about that right now. I think we're just going to try to beat the game. So, I'm looking for players that have not beat that final level. And these guys all have. This guy hasn't, which is interesting. I think we might try to throw him in there today. So this guy, let's put this guy. Look at all the characters. We finally unlocked these last two characters yesterday by ourselves. The Empty Nester, who is a very good player, by the way. So let's do this player along with what do we think? The Radical? No. The Physicist? No. Yeah. This is a good one. Oh, yeah, this should be fine, yeah. This is terrible, by the way. Like, this is incredibly... So all the balls are going to go to the back first. That's going to be tricky when we have enemies coming close up to us. So let's see how this goes. I've noticed this. Some of the characters, they're not quite great teammates. You know, they don't team up that great. We'll see if their powers are so strong that it works, you know. But like, that's not my favorite kind of characters. The one that where the balls go to the back first and then they come forward, like a pinball thing. It just takes forever. Like, it's really hard to kill these once they get up here, man. So we'll see what happens. There you go. Hey, it's working so far. You can heal past your health, max out at 30 efficiency. Balls go through enemies and deal 35% damage until they hit the back of the field. Destroy 3 nearest enemies when you're hit from close range. I've noticed that these weapons are super powerful. That's one thing I will tell you. I've noticed. That's only one thing I'll tell you. I'll tell you some other stuff, but that's... See, this is what I was talking about. This is where it gets tricky. Blind enemies on hit for 5 seconds. Blinded units have a hard time detecting you and have a 50% chance of missing when they attack. Splits into a clone, synergizes with... Let's go with this guy. There we go. I mean, the thing is, things are happening. You know, balls are moving around, like shit's going down. It's just if they get to the point where I'm standing, it's pretty much a done deal that I'm going to get nailed. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. I'm going to predict that this probably lasts us, like, let's see, baby balls. We don't have baby balls. We don't have baby balls, but what we do have is those little... I don't know if that would work, though. Never mind, let's just do, yeah, do that. Let's try the ghost and lightning. Let's drink some more of this. This is a terrible, like, what? Who thought this would be a good character pairing? Like, this is terrible. Any of them that don't have, the ones that don't have the, like, the little white balls is, like, it's just not good. It just doesn't... I want to use all the characters, that's why. I just want to, you know... Even though I can kind of guarantee that... I mean, this is pretty good. At least we can see how far we're going to get with it, but... This is not a winning combination. I'm just saying. It's almost like saying, like, it's like playing basketball, but telling the basketball players, you guys can't score, like, within 8 feet of the basket. You can only shoot 3-pointers and free throws. That's it. No slam dunks, no layups. That's what we're doing right now, basically. This is the Stephen Curry. Excuse me. This is like if Stephen Curry and like who's another guy that only shoots outside shots? Because at least Luka does take it to the hole. Increase harvest by 2 seconds, yes. Alright, that was a good effort. That's fine, you're not gonna win every time. Alright, let's see here. What do we need here? These two guys need to go. Let's see if we can get this guy a little bit more energy. Let's go with... Alright. Yeah, something like that, where they could get hit twice. Almost. Okay, almost. Shoot. Yeah, I would say we'll probably have to move that a little bit closer. That building, okay. Alright. So we've used this guy before. Balls are affected by gravity pulling towards the back of the screen. Sometimes one player also affects another one to the point where it's like it doesn't work. But we'll try, let's try a character that I feel like might arguably be one of my weaker ones with a character that I think is my strongest character, and that is the Cogitator. Ladies and gentlemen, the Physicist and the Cogitator. Let's see it. And let's do this. Let's get this right. How's that? Is that a little bit better for you? The phase cam was actually not bad. We already had that going. Let's go. You see how the balls matter. So yeah, the balls are going like upwards. Excuse me. This is nice because then the Cogitator, he selects all the power-ups and stuff. I think there was a level in here, it's like one of the hot levels, like the levels that deals with like fire, like a hell level or something. And I felt like that was probably my toughest level that I had to fight. And I'm kind of grateful that it's not the last, because I feel like this final level here is so much easier than some of the other levels in this game. And I hate when they do like a hell level for the last level. Or not hell like fire level, but just like really fucking hard hell level. Yeah, this is good. I mean, this is nice. I like this. You can tell this is already a better matchup than the other matchup. We'll see. It's also a little bit, you can't tell, but people who play this game know, I have to hold the button for this one. Usually the balls just move automatically. Oh, nice. That's really early to get that, actually. So this is laser beam. Oh, nice. And we get that too. Good. Yeah, we're doing great. Like, that's early to get that laser beam thing. That's nice. One thing I do like about waking up, like, and just doing the stream is my voice is a little deeper, which I do like, because I have to tell you, this. I have to. I don't have to tell you anything. I don't have to tell you shit. So that's not accurate. But I want to tell you, I want to share with you. Yeah, my voice was like, well, what I'm going to share is that, like, my voice was always, I was never a big person, and my dad is a big guy. And so my mom was skinny, so not only was I, like, not taller than my dad, but I wasn't bigger than my dad either. So that kind of sucks. It sucks having an intimidating looking father. Thankfully, he was pretty cool. He didn't beat me too bad. He beat me a little bit when I was a kid, but he wasn't like too abusive, really. And he wasn't too intimidating, but the point with the voice is that when you're a littler guy, like I was 5'5" until I was like a senior in high school. Like I was just short. And my voice was always, I don't know, I just never really knew what my voice was. It seemed like it was high though. Because, you know, they tell you don't talk a lot in school and stuff. But my voice was kind of like high, always. Higher register, I'd say. And it didn't drop forever. I always felt like I just had like sort of a baby voice or something. And then, like as I got older, I grew into my voice a little bit better, but I don't really have a deep voice. Even if I'm telling somebody, like the other day I had to tell somebody like, hey, I told you can't stand there. It came out like, hey, like I just don't really have an imposing voice. In fact, I remember when I first started being a security guard, one of my supervisors was like, use your voice. Use your voice. And I was like, I didn't really have the heart to tell him, like, this is my voice. Like, I'm really not, I'm a fucking, my voice. I don't know, I just never, the pipes never came in for some reason. I don't know what it was. You know what I really could have changed everything by just taking steroids. It probably would have been a bad thing. In many ways, there would have been multiple, like, mostly it would have been bad. Because steroids are not that great. They're expensive, right? But it would have created some kind of like a manly Frankenstein thing. Where at least I would have had like, a voice would be deeper. My head would probably be a little bit bigger too. I would look a little bit more like I would be uglier though. Like now, at least, like I'm not like a hot guy, but at least now you look at me, you're not like fucking shit, you know. For the most, some people might be, but most people are not repulsed by me. I'm not repulsive looking, and that's good. That's a positive step. Some people are like, I'm so depressed, I'm so negative. I'm like, that's okay. Because sometimes you're right. Like, your negatives can be good. Like, it teach you that you want to maybe being realistic. I'm not the hottest guy in the world. I'm not a great looking. I know that. Been around it long enough to know. But you can, you know, there's workarounds. You can work around it. And also, it's not the most important thing in the world. People think it is. What you look like is not the most important thing. And the funny thing I've noticed too is like people change in your mind based on how they treat you. In other words, I've met girls that are super hot, but the more you're around them, they start to look uglier, and vice versa. Like a girl that's kind of like not someone you're normally attracted to, but they're so fucking like a really leveled person, and they're just like someone that you want to be around, then you're just kind of like, hey, I think I could be around this. Like, I could have sex with that. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. It's interesting to talk about. See, this is the tricky. It'll still be tricky. Can we get this guy? It's gonna be tricky. It's tricky. This is tough. Wow. See, I was thinking if we could just get this guy out of here. Nice. Nice. Laser beam. Very nice. Oh, nice. Burn is good, yeah. That's what you want, is that burn. It's funny. It's funny how people debate like just what games are better than other games. Like it does seem, I just on a random topic, but like it does seem to me weird sometimes to make a contest about everything. Like there's some things that you just don't need to have awards for. Like for me, like the best streamer, you don't need an award for that. Or best game. Like it's so subjective. Like to some people, this is the greatest game ever. To me, if you hear me tell it, this is like the bringing back video games. This is a resurgence of games. Like companies like Mad Mushroom and like I don't know who made this game. Like this is creating a whole new genre of games. Like this is amazing. But some people would say, yeah, but you're not really doing that much. It's not really that. It's not ultimately, and they're right. They probably would be right. They are right. This is great, though, man. We are. I mean, ooh, I'm curious to see how far we're gonna look at that. I've never done this before. Berserk. I've never had Berserk before. This is awesome. Whew. And as I like to say, this is exactly what I want to be doing right now. This is how I want to live my life right here. This is also a great game to start streaming the day with. It just is. Like, the open world games, for some reason, it takes me a lot of energy to, like, get started with those. Like, I sort of have to be warmed up before I put myself in the Hogwarts or whatever, you know, like, name an open world game, GTA, Grand Theft Auto, whatever. I sort of, like, it takes a lot for me to have to, like, get into the world and run over here and do this. It's like, it's the best game. I will say my favorite game, and I'll probably will always say this, because I only went through this one time. I only went through COVID one time. And it was an experience of a lifetime. COVID. What are we talking about? 2018? Is that when COVID happened? 2018? So at that time I was playing Grand Theft Auto on the regular. I had really just started getting into, like, computer gaming, and Grand Theft Auto was what got me through the COVID. I played it religiously. But that was a thing where COVID, I had time to kill. I shouldn't use the word kill, that's insensitive, but, like, I had time to burn, let's put it that way. I had time to burn. We all did, right? I mean, I was not an essential worker, so I was told, like, stay your ass at home. So I was getting paid to just stay at home. So that was my introduction to, like, I felt like a full-time streamer. That's what it was. That's what made me want to stream, because I was like, once I started playing games with that kind of regularity, I was like, what's stopping me from just videotaping this shit? And I was like, nothing. Something, because you have to buy the stuff, and you got to figure. It takes a while to once you realize, like, hey, I'm in a stream. There's a lot that goes on. It's just like anything. It's like a commitment. It's a time commitment. It's a little bit of a money commitment. Ultimately, once you decide to stream, it's not that expensive. No, I don't think so. I mean, because there's friends I have that I'm like, oh, you should be a streamer. But then you realize, like a kid, a lot of kids don't have access to a lot of computer stuff, and this is too bad. I know we're not going to win the game with these characters. I can just tell. Look at our health. It's really low. But we're doing so well. We have so many great weapons, that's the thing. That hurts you. Oh my god, I hate those things. They never die. I hate these little alien head things. Alright, let's go. Oh. Berserk and Laser Beam is insane. I love it. That was so close. The physicists. All right. Gain 100 extra gold when completing a level. Yeah, it's good. There's nothing we have to do about that though. It just happens. Increase the harvest clock by 2. Bouncing on scaffolds and harvest adds 1. Well, let's just do that. I just think like my... Oh yeah. I just think what I've noticed is that like... yeah, we need this here. Boop, 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 and then it's gonna go... Boom. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's great. Look at that. That's excellent. That's exactly what I needed right there. Build the fuck out of that thing. That was actually a really good one. I'm really proud of us, like, as far as, like, the build goes. I think we did a really nice job of building. Just not having any clue. I haven't even done any real research on it. Like, I know that sounds funny to a lot of people, but, like, I really haven't done research. Some of these games are so deep that you really do have to do, like, research with it. What do we say here? We did a great job with this guy. I still think, like, this is our best guy. And let's try to get another victory. Let's use this guy and see how we could do with these two guys. So let me take a quick trip here with you and show you. So these are all the levels, right? The Boneyard, Snowy Shores, the Liminal and X Desert. The Liminal Desert, the Fungal Forest. Okay, the gory grasslands. Now, we have 3 undiscovered blueprints down here. Blueprints down here. So we have to do this at least 3 more. We have to beat this at least 3 more times. But it's not going to unlock any characters. The only thing it's going to unlock is, I'm not even sure, it's buildings or whatever. This has 2 undiscovered blueprints. So that's 5 blueprints. So realistically, when I look at that, I go, okay, that's 5 more times that I need to beat those levels. And those levels, I mean, this is one of the tougher levels. We were just talking about this earlier. Smoldering at depths is a very difficult level. So obviously they figured, they're like, well, let's make them fucking go here. And then this one I think was also tough. So these 2 are going to be, we're going to have to go back to these again. But I just want to spend a little bit more time beating this last level here. Because I don't think we need these blueprints to beat the game. I could be wrong, but I want to try to beat with as many characters as I can with this Vast and Void. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, fucking 7 6, 7 characters we beat this with. Wait. Go back. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay. So the only thing about these guys together, and they do quite well together, by the way. They're a good duo. They are good. There's a couple things. One thing that's really, really good about this is the balls. The balls are they just seem to be fatter. I'm serious. They're like bigger. And then the other thing that's really good about these guys is anytime there's stuff like power-ups, it just gets sucked magnetically right to me. So you don't even see it. All you see is on the left-hand side, the blue thing. You see how the blue is climbing? It just comes to me automatically. That's very helpful because normally you have to run to it and that causes you to get in trouble. And on a level like this where they do throw stuff at you and try to kill you by spitting projectiles, you don't have to worry about escaping them. You can escape them, you don't have to worry. So these two work really well together. Look at this guy chooses all the stuff for you. And he's really smart, so it's almost like having AI make the decisions, which I like that. I'm an AI fan. So look at, this is a nice couple here. These guys could do something. The thing that makes this difficult is the speed is a little slower. But it looks pretty good. Depending on power-ups, depending on what this guy chooses, we might be able to beat these guys. We might be able to beat this level with these guys. Evolution. I'm impressed how fast this guy gets evolution. He's a cogitator, man. He knows, man. He's a cogitator, man. You know, this is a weird thing to say after saying cogitator, but I have tater tots. So I bought tater tots, in a frozen from Amazon. I brought them, and I also happen to be in a week where I can't spend money. Not because of budgetary reasons, but because my Amazon account got hacked. My Amazon account got hacked. So I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. I had to call Amazon. I had to cancel everything, get a new PIN number. Now I have to do 2-step verification. That's fine. We gotta do this. Finally, we get all that. Then I had to call my bank, get a new card, cancel my thing. Now I can't spend any money because I don't have any access to my funds at all, and it fucks you up. And Christmas is coming. Christmas is directly happening, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a bank card while Christmas comes. So that's where I'm at. So I say that to say this. I have some tater tots. I have tater tots in my refrigerator, and I normally wouldn't eat them, but because I don't have any really, a whole lot of food to choose from, and I've got plenty of food. But I'm saying, normally I could just go and, hey, let's shop, get some fresh new stuff, It's well, we can't do that this week because we had problems. Somebody hacked our account, so now... But I like going through stuff like that because then it reminds you, when I'm a security guard, which yes, I do talk about it a lot, but I will because it's my life. If I'm a security guard and I see other people and I see they're a little bit scatterbrained, or when I go through stuff like I'm going through, I think about they could be going through that. And in fact, it happened so crazy fast. It was hardly even my fault, getting hacked, getting my Amazon account hacked. But it really makes you sensitive to it could happen to anybody at any time. Always give people the benefit of the doubt. No, some people get hit with, like, I remember I had a friend that we were like business partners, and it seems like everything that could happen to someone would happen to this guy. Like every fucking day. And at that point, you just don't want to be around people like that. I'm just like, dude, it's too much. Like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to tell a guy he's a loser, but like, dude, like every fucking day there's something that comes up, and it's frustrating because it's real. It's not like the guy was like a drug addict and he was just saying it so he could go do some drug. He literally just had bad luck. Every day, a truck, somebody would hit his truck, or something went out, or something broke, or something. It's just like, Jesus Christ, dude. And, you know, the guy was a sweet guy, but he sort of had the... And again, I don't like to call people losers, but he was kind of like a losery guy. Like, you just talk to him and be like, "How you doing, man?" Like, that's how he talked. Okay, I'm alright. He would do this a lot. Like, he would just be sitting in silence, you know, as you will do with people. Obviously, I talk a lot, but like, I'm silent sometimes. He'll just do this. You're like, you okay, man? Yeah, you know, you just like, and eventually I just felt like, also the guy was a jerk though. If the guy wasn't a jerk, I probably would have still found a way to, like, you know, I would have found a way to, like, excuse the loserdom, you know, because you can change being a loser, you know, you can change it, but you have to make those changes. You gotta make... See, the big problem with that guy is he had a wife that was causing him to be more of a loser. Because his wife was... It's kind of interesting to talk about this guy. Because his wife... So I was business partners with this guy. So I had to deal with his wife, too. Because when you're business partners with someone, and if the wife is constantly threatened by you, that's a problem, and that was the case. And his wife wanted to have sex with me. Now, I know you look at me and go, "You?" Yes, she would come to my house, and it was a problem. So, and I never did it. And it's a good thing she wasn't attractive, because I don't know if I could have hold off. You know, like if it was like an Asian girl or something, I might have been like, I might have to just get one of these, have a little fun, you know. But thankfully, she was butt ugly and annoying as shit, and she had like an extreme case of like, what was it that she had? Like, it was a borderline personality disorder, something like that, where she was just constantly manic. And it was, for my friend who was kind of a loser already, you know, he just lost his focus a lot. He wasn't really with the program. This made it even worse, because now she was there to ask him, like, "Why are you such a loser?" You know what I mean? And it was making him just come down, and it was affecting our business, and ultimately I just had to stop being friends with the guy. And he was also a little arrogant on top of that. And I'm always surprised at the people who are arrogant. I'm like, I never said this to him, but I'm like, you don't see the loser stuff, do you? You think you're like a winner in the game of life, man. It's so crazy. It's good. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, but I don't know. This guy's tough, as we know. We've seen this guy. There it is, man. This is powerful. This is a strong session right here. This is a session. It's fun to think about that guy now. Like, I never think about him, but because it's always funny now to be like, Jesus. I had a final phone call with that guy where I literally was like ready to, like, you know that thing where you're just ready to be like, I will fucking beat your fucking ass. Like, I just had so much animosity, all the history that I had with this person, and every time I'd see him, he was just a little bit more like, And it ended badly because we had a business together, but it wasn't an official business. It wasn't legally done. And I knew that eventually that was going to be a problem because he was kind of like we owned tools together. We were landscapers, so we owned landscaping tools together. But once it was like over, like what happens with the tools? Like I don't have a car, so it made sense to just let him keep everything. But then like, do I get a payout? Like that was never discussed, and I didn't even try to discuss that. And the guy just became more and more like sort of weird whenever we'd work together. And so I just, yeah. Anyway, it was good to get through that. But the last conversation I had with him, it was because I hated the guy's guts. I didn't even call him. I was done calling him, talking to him. And I think he called me and I just was like, I just went off on him. And he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Clearly I'm not okay. I hate you. Like, don't fucking call me, man." It's funny when someone knows that you hate them, if they're just trying to get you to melt down. They weren't a good friend in the first place. So I realized that, like, this guy's no good for me. But sometimes getting rid of those kind of people in your life is difficult as well, because I had a long history with that guy for years. We were like business partners. Like he was kind of my struggle partner. He was like my life struggle partner. Like I was struggling in life in my 30s, and I guess I needed somebody to struggle with. Here was this other loser. Notice I said other. I was a loser too, man. You know, I was trying to get my shit together. And this guy was like, "Hey, I'm a loser too, man. Let's have some loser fun together," you know? Eventually, it was just like, the guy's too much of a loser for me. I'd rather be a loser on my own than, you know, a loser that has a chance of winning. Like, when I was with that guy, I just felt like I had no chance of winning. That was what I felt. Like, there was no, like, I would get together with the guy and he would be like, "You want to talk about old times?" And I noticed that every time we talk about old times, first of all, it was always him talking about it because it made me just very unhappy. And it was always like loser stories about how we didn't have anything and we were like losers. And I didn't enjoy being around the guy because it just reminded me of how much I needed to just get my shit together. And whenever we would do business, like we were landscapers, so whenever we would do business, I really had to sort of be the main character, like manager guy, sort of, when it came to dealing with clients, because he just didn't know how to talk to people. And some people thought it was cute, but other people tried to take advantage of us because he was such adult, you know. It was just like a... I learned a lot, though. I learned a lot through that relationship and through that business. That was a real learning experience of how not to do it. It was a lot of it. It also taught me just to do things on your own. Like, get yourself together, because if I had a car at that time, like now I don't need a car, but one day I will have to get a car. I will, and I will do it. I'll figure a way to do it where I don't have to drive it. I'll get like a Tesla or something. That's how we'll do it. But I will have to get a car at some point. And if during that time with that loser guy, if I had a car, I wouldn't have had to deal with that guy. Because I'm good enough. Even then, I was good enough to I knew how to talk to people. I knew how to get more customers. And once people see you in the neighborhood working, you almost always get new customers. People will stare at you and watch you work. You let them stare, you let them watch, you be real nice to them. Hey, you doing? Good. How are you? And then eventually, at first they look like the neighbors look like they're mad at you or something. And then you realize that they just want to see you work, and they want to see like how you work. And then they go, and then a lot of times, most of the time, they you guys have a business card? And then they turn into customers. Oh, I love that mask thing. It's so cool. Oh my god, Berserk and what is this? Soul Sucker and Light. Oh my god. But I'm also glad my partner was there because it's good to have a partner in those kind of jobs. Those jobs are just so, like, landscaping was so hard. Like, not just basic, like, it's never basic, though. The kind of work that we were getting, because there was a lot of competition out there, you know? So the ones that would really get us work was the ones that wanted, like, they kind of wanted you to know your shit. Like, can you trim my bushes? So now, if you say yes, that means you have to know how to use one of those electrical trimmers. You have to have an electrical trimmer. Some people have one, but you have to have your own. So for a partner, you gotta have, it's like, I didn't have a car, so, I mean, there's just so many things. Having a partner was important. And it was good. The one thing I will say, I like to talk like 100% about the person or about people. This guy did have some good qualities, and obviously, or I wouldn't have, you know, overall it was like, you know, we were on the same page as far as we were both sort of on the equal, not in what we knew about landscaping. We both knew about the same, which wasn't very much, but we both had you know, we were eager to learn, and we had YouTube. Once you got YouTube, you can figure anything out pretty much, to be honest with you. Like, we were just starting to get into the time where you could just YouTube everything. So, like, when there was a lot of stuff to not, like, that we didn't know, you could just Google it, YouTube it. I mean, now, we'd probably make a killing now. If we were to do it now, I should call them. I'm kidding. No, if we were, yeah. No, if we were to do it now, we would make a killing. Because of the ice thing. So because of ice, a lot of these people that were doing it, which is like a lot of Mexican dudes, they're getting deported. So there's more room. And I don't say that like I'm happy about it. It is what it is. This isn't a political, you know, show here, but By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final stage of this level here. You take a look at the far right side, you will notice that this bar is full. And that thing on the top is a spaceship. And that spaceship is right there. And this is the boss. And I'm Ben Pebble. Clip that and clip that and say that this is what you're gonna get when you get a streamer like this guy. Okay, go. Look at how much shit we have. Like, there's so many weapons, dude. Love it. This should be interesting here. We're at the point where, like, some of these guys are going to get through, but I think we might be able to win anyway, even though they're still able to get through. Because the ones that permeate our line of defense and get through are the little tiny rock-headed things, and that's not enough. That's not going to be enough to beat me. This is going to be a long one, though. We still have, like, another 10 minutes, probably, of just this. But we've got enough going on that we should be able to still deplete his resources. And ultimately what we're trying to do is we are trying to kill these things down here on the lower part where I am, but we're also trying to kill that big spaceship thing, so it's... I feel like this is a game where if you were a person that wasn't into video games, this would get you into it. That's the reason why I think this game is one of the best games I've ever seen. It's a game changer game because it changes what a game is. And I do think because it's so easy, it really is easy game. I like the games that are easy. I like those games. It's complicated as well, but the complications are in the math, and it doesn't put the complication on you so much. If the complications are taken off, you play it. Like, it's obviously there's mathematical shit going on here, but you don't really have to worry too much about it. You can just kind of move around. I mean, it's designed so that even this character itself, you know, makes the decisions for you. The cogitator. I guess because he's cognitive and he's like super like... I mean, this is such a great character to beat this level, to beat any level with. I would say it's the best character. The cogitator, yeah. I think the first three characters are my favorite because they're just so powerful. And I'm trying to think what their names were, but they would be like... The guy with the bleed with the spikes on it. The ice dude is good. Like, the first three characters are solid. I think you could like go really far with those characters. But once you get to the cogitator, then you've unlocked the game pretty much. Because you pair anybody with the cogitator and you're good to go. Well, almost anybody. This is great. We're doing good. Yeah, that's my take on this game, is that it's a great game for that reason, is that you could take this game, like there's some games that, like World of Warcraft, for example, right? World of Warcraft, it's a game for an advanced gamer. It's a game for advanced people, advanced, you know, you've decided that you want to take that kind of stuff in a more serious way. Like, you want to pretend that you really are a warrior and you're able to like mentally get there. It's incredibly nerdy, but it's also where you're like, to me, WoW is when I realize that I'm interested in WoW and games like WoW. Like, I probably will never play WoW because it's such an old game at this point and I just don't care. But I've already played games that are kind of similar to it and I'm interested in them, I find. Because my palette, I have a mature palette when it comes to video games. So a lot of people, if you took a person that doesn't play games and you showed them WoW, it's too much. They don't care. It's too involved. You can't just sit down and play. This game, you can just sit down and you can play, and it'll get you more. You'll feel like, I don't want to say addicted, because that's a weird way to say it, but it gets you into like it stimulates you. It's very stimulating, this game. And the more you play it, the more stimulated you get. By the way, we're not sponsored by Catnip. We're not. But Catnip is very stimulating, and if a fucking dude, if a Catnip company wants to they want to be a sponsor, well, I'd have to get a cat, and that's my dream, though. My dream is to get a house and just never leave it. I pretty much, like, Asmongold's pretty much living my life, my dream life. And since he's already doing it, I don't think it's possible that I could do it. But if I was Asmongold, the only thing I would do differently, I wouldn't be political, and also I would get a cat. And I would just have a cat. I'd probably have, like, if I had Asmongold's life, I would have like 20 cats, and they would just live in the house. It would probably be smelly, and it would smell like cat piss and stuff, but think of all the love you get, though. Come on. And I would be sponsored by cat companies, cat food, catnip companies. The one thing I really think that the streamers did a really cool thing with, and I think about it quite a lot, is the idea of having like a streamer house. That is appealing. It's a cool idea to have just a bunch of streamers live together, and then sometimes you'll see them do their own stream, but then from time to time they go to each other's rooms and fuck with each other. And I always thought that was a clever. It's clever. It's cool. Because it's the ultimate dream is to be... Like when I was a kid, I always thought if I could have a business or if you could live with my friends. And that would be a cool thing, that if you have friends. See, I'm not a person that likes people. Like, I like people, but I don't like being around people. So, but there is something appealing about living in a house full of streamers. Appealing because I think also it would be a good business. I think it would do good business as well. As you can see, it works. Like when these streamers get together, they do really well. But the reason I think I could do a different house, because you see these houses, it's usually, what is it, kids, right? You know, FaZe Clan and all these, it's just a bunch of young kids. Imagine if you just got a bunch of all kinds of people together, different ages. So what I would do is I would buy a house. If I could afford, here's what I would, in the perfect world, I could make enough money streaming where I could buy a house. Then what I would do is I would advertise. Streamers can live in this house. You have to pay rent, but I would try to do it so that you don't have to pay a lot of rent. Maybe you don't pay rent at all. You just pay for your living expenses, but you can't live. You can only live here for like a year, and then you live here, you stream here. There's obvious rules for security reasons. Some people, you know, might be a little crazy or whatever. You gotta make sure that there's no. Ladies and gentlemen, forget what we were talking about. This is it. We did what we said we were gonna do. And let's see what happens here when we defeat this boss. This is gonna be very interesting. So this would make it 9 characters that we've beat this game with. 9 times. Look. Wait, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, that's 8, right? I think we might have beat the game. Hold on. Everybody relax. What's happening? Oh, this feels good. Oh. Is it official? Dude, I think this is it, man. I think we did it. Wow. Oh, what a game. Listen, I recommend this game to anyone. This game, it's easy to beat. It's just, you gotta have patience. Oh, not enough games are this easy to beat, and there should be more of this. Everybody should be able to feel this feeling of beating this game. This is fantastic. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what the hell's gonna happen now. Part of me feels like, and it's okay that we're talking so much, and it's okay that we're talking right now, we need to. Now I'm just like, what's gonna happen though? Where do we go now? Yeah, this is definitely like, I think this is officially like, you beat the game here. Yeah, here we go. Look at this, guys. This is terrific here. Here it is. We finally have done it. Wow. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we hope for. This is where we always want to get to. Whenever we start a game, we always want to get to this point. The end credits roll. And I want to say this, not only this game is this is where you talk about how great this game is. It's a great game. I recommend this game to everybody. I have a great feeling about this game. This game was, we put a lot of time, but probably not that much compared to what, you know, other games. And I would say the percentage of games that I start and actually get to this point is actually much lower than you would think. It's incredibly low, actually. So what puts this game ahead of other games? It may not be the best game as far as plays and like actual mechanics and stuff. I think it's a perfect game. But if you compare it to other games, there might be a game that does something a little better or is a little more impressive, or maybe it looks better or something like this. But the fact that you can take this game and you can start it and you can finish it, and I believe I put myself in the category of like, I'm not a genius guy and I'm not the dumbest guy, but I'm probably like, if I can beat it, anybody can beat it. And I'm here to tell you, this game is beatable, and that's what makes it great. And I will applaud this game right now. I want to thank everybody for watching the stream. Obviously, this is going to be how we end the stream. Let's see what happens. I mean, that is... Oh my god, that's wonderful. Whew. That was fantastic. What a way to end the game. The thing we do have left here, look at this. Complete the game. We completed the game. Housing ability has been upgraded. I guess we could keep playing, but we completed the game, so let's see what we do here. Let's see where it goes. Let's go back to the base. The only thing we have left here... You've unlocked... Oh, wait a second. You continue upgrading your elevator to unlock more difficult variants of each level. All right, let me see what happens here. Is there any point to continuing to play Ball X Pit once you've completed the game? No, I do still have 5 things to unlock still, but they're not characters. It says, yes, there's plenty to do after beating Ball X Pit, mainly focusing on new game, NG+, optimizing your base, unlocking all characters, it's like the big, facing achievements, and mastering higher difficulties. But the end game is mostly number go up or optimizing builds. Some players wanting more new content beyond infinite scaling and challenging modes, though the dev plans free updates. And I have heard that there are some updates on the way in this game. That's what I've heard. It says what to expect. It says the end game shifts from story progression to endless optimization and number scaling. It can feel grindy or repetitive if you're not into the bigger numbers loop. In short, if you love mastering systems, grinding, and optimizing stats. So we will continue to play this game. And here's another guy. He goes, this guy's on Reddit. He goes, I just hit 100% completion in Ball X Pit, and I'm wondering, what now? I started a new game plus. Oh, I started a new game plus, but I can't really tell if it adds anything meaningful. Does NG actually give you new content, rewards, hidden challenges, or some kind of bonus? It's not obvious at first, or is it basically just a replay? That's what the guy says. That's how I think he talks. Also, are there any secret optional areas, hidden achievements, or mechanics the game doesn't explicitly tell you about? And I didn't want to miss anything if there's more depth to squeeze out after 100%. That's how I feel he talks. Maybe not. And lastly, if anyone has any recommendations for similar games in a similar vibe. Somebody says NG just gives more XP gold in exchange for enemies, having more HP and dealing more damage. Unless you increase the trophy bonus further. If number go up doesn't appeal to you perfectly, there's some updates coming in January, and I have heard this. There are some, there's 3 updates from what I've heard coming. You continue upgrading your elevator to unlock more difficult variants. And let's just take a look, shall we? So we still have stuff locked. We still have, what, 5 things are locked. Yeah, we have 5 things to unlock. And let's just do a harvest real quick, just to celebrate. Let's just nail the shit out of this thing. Because it needs so many. That does feel really good, though. It's very rare that I beat a game anymore. I beat a few. I mean, I can count on one hand how many games I've completed. That's bad. It's not bad. It just shows that I'll tell you what it is, though. It does tell you how, as much of a gamer that I definitely am, I'm way less of a gamer than people that just, probably someone that doesn't stream, or maybe somebody that's like an XQC guy, for sure. I don't have nearly as much experience as that guy, of course. But I also am not a kid who just plays games all the time. So I guess that's normal. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there's anywhere else to go at this point with this game. After that, I think that's a good place to end the stream because we literally just beat the game. You know what I mean? Once you beat a game, I think that's a good way to go out. So we're going to end the stream. I want to thank everybody for watching. We will be playing this game more because there's still more to unlock, and it looks like there's different variants and yada yada yada. And let me ask this question also. Even though once you beat the game Ball X Pit, is it possible to restart it? It says yes, you can restart Ball X Pit and continue playing after beating the boss. No. Can you restart? Once you beat the game Ball X Pit, are you able to start all over again? It says yes. Allowing you to restart the game was they keep saying the same shit though. But everything isn't reset. It's a cycle of challenge and growth. After you beat the game Ball X Pit, is it possible to reset so you could just start all over again? It says yes. I don't know. It keeps telling me the same shit. Oh well. I guess we'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the stream today. We will be streaming right after this. We're going to get out of this stream right now and jump into another stream. We're gonna throw up some Fortnite. We're gonna do some Fortnite tonight, I believe. I think that's the move, Fortnite. So let's do some Fortnite. I want to thank everybody for watching this stream. My name is Van Pebble. Let's do a quick advertisement. We do advertisements so that we can let people know about our social media. People can look on Twitch and they can go to About Van Pebble and they can see this stuff, but sometimes people don't go there. And it's a good idea to remind people. So here's what we got. Van Pebble's on Twitter, and we basically talk about movies, streaming, sports, computer. I try to stick to things that aren't going to cause too much controversy. That's how I pronounce it, controversy. And ladies and gentlemen, that was my Twitter. That's Van Pebble on Twitter. You can donate money to Van Pebble by donating money to Thomas Palvino. Some people say, we hear that you have a job. We know you work for a living. Why are you doing this? Well, I won't get into that because there's so many reasons why I stream. But I will tell you this. There is a plan to make money from doing this. And I'm figuring it out. One thing I do is I put this out as an option to for people, and it will, until it becomes a moment where I figure out how to, I don't know, paywall it. I don't want to paywall stuff. I think free is the way to go. But there might come a point where we figure out some kind of a financial thing.
I'd like to keep it, I'd like to do everything in my power to keep it in a fun way where like you could just kind of volunteer to give money. I think that's a more fun way to do it. And I'd like to rely on the generosity of people rather on the necessity of people. So I'm going to keep going that way. And I think that's going to be our way of, even when we finally, one day when we die and they have a tombstone, it's going to say, he kept it, he never begged. He never begged us, that son of a gun. Something like that. Basically just by choice. I would prefer generosity over necessity. And maybe that's on the tombstone. Generosity, he preferred generosity over necessity. And some things you need in life, guys, but I have my needs fulfilled by me. I take care of my needs. So if you want, you can be generous. And so that's what we offer here. PayPal. My PayPal account is at Thomas Palvino. No capital letters, no spaces. And the other way, financially, if you want to be generous, you can be generous with your Prime sub. Your subscription is, not everybody knows this, but you get a free subscription when you're an Amazon Prime member. If you're not using it, which a lot of people are not, you can send it to a streamer such as myself. We appreciate the generosity, and this is how we will grow. Because, like, if you want to, like, some people say, like, I need this so that I'll stay afloat. And that's the reason, that's what I don't want to do, and I'm not going to do. I'm afloat because of me. I'm going to grow because of me and you. You can help me grow. And a big way that you can help me grow, even more than money, actually, at this point. Because money's great, guys. But you know what's really great? Go to my YouTube page and watch my stuff. That shows me that you're with it. You like what I'm doing. Go to the videos, like the videos, hit the like button. Hit the plus, I don't know, is there a thumbs up button? Usually there is. Hit that. Just do anything that's like positive. And then, if you really are watching stuff, and I've actually had people tell me, dude, you're good. I've had people just tell me, like, basically they like it, right? And my thing is, well, if you really like me, subscribe. That's going to help me in the long run. The more subscribers I have, that really shows people, that shows YouTube people. Same thing with Twitch, you know. Subscribe to me on Twitch as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble on YouTube, that's the advertisements. That's it. Wasn't that bad, was it? Was it bad? Was it? It wasn't that bad. That's a good stream, man. There's nothing like a stream where you finish a game, man. That's when you get to the end credits on a stream, that's a very good stream. So that's going to be a nice YouTube stream as well. Because now I can say Van Pebble completes game Ball X Fit. Completes the game. That's huge. Thank you for watching, folks. We're going to play some Fortnite now. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do. I mean, other than that, what else will we do? Maybe an open world thing. We still have 2 days left in the week, and the goal is to play a couple open world games that I bought recently. One of them is a game called Cyberpunk. I've been holding it back on that game because I just want to be in the right mind state for that one. So I know it's going to be good. And also, it's funny because I'm playing Star Wars Outlaws, which is actually a fucking great game. But it's so similar to Cyberpunk that I'm kind of like slowly like being very careful about bringing them both out at the same time. But anyway. And look, last thing I'll say here. I mean, we completed this game, right? This game, Ball X Fit. It kind of sucks in a way. Like, once you beat a game, it's like, fuck, dude. Another game goes down. What's going to replace that? But there's always a game. There's always a game. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate it. Ben Pebble out of here. You guys have a good night. Be good to yourselves, please. Talk to you later. Peace.